Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another vlog. In today's video, I'm gonna be taking you guys with me. I'll be showing you guys how I record all of my videos, and I'm gonna show you guys the whole recording process. I currently am now recording with the camera, which I'm using to record this, but I'm gonna be showing you guys also how I used to record them with my phone. And yeah, I'm gonna be showing you guys everything from the start, from finding a location to how I actually record, as well as like the post recording, like the editing process. So now we're gonna go and do what I believe is one of the most challenging parts, is trying to find a good location, because I've pretty much gone everywhere around where I live to record. So I've used all those spots and I don't like repeating the same spots. Whenever I go out to record, I usually try to aim for the afternoon, because that's when the sun's going down, and I personally believe that my truck looks the best in the shade. So yeah, let's turn on my whiskey and get started. Alright guys, so I'm gonna head out right now, and how I usually find my spots to go and record, I basically just drive. Like I don't drive with like any sort of direction. I just try to like almost in a way get lost. Usually the good locations is somewhere like where it's alone, like there's not too many cars. So yeah, I'm gonna be headed out right now, and I'll update you guys if I find a spot. Guys, so I have just found a location. As you guys can see, there's some cool little trees in the background. So I'm gonna show you guys what I basically do to set up my truck at the start. So the first step I like to do always is to put the truck like diagonally, so that way when I'm recording straight forward, like you guys can see it angled and you can see the back wheels, because that's important. You guys can tell it's a single cab. You can tell it has nice deep rims in the back. So I always twist my wheels so that the front ones are always showing, which I'm gonna show you guys in a second. So now I twisted the wheels. As you guys can see now, the rims are now pointing towards the camera, so that way when I'm standing like far and recording, you guys could tell the rims and all that. And then another important step is to always try to be center. It really depends on where you're standing and where you're recording from. So I think I might move a little bit to the left so I could be in the center of this thing. Guys, I have moved the truck, and now this is gonna be like the shot I'm gonna be filming. Yeah, first thing I'm gonna show you guys is how I recorded with my phone. Yeah, before I got this camera, I used to only film on my phone for all of my videos. So I'm gonna be grabbing my phone and show you guys my recording process. Back then when I used to record with my phone, I bought this thing. It's called a gizmo. I don't even know what it's called, but basically it's supposed to like balance your phone so that it helps remove like any shakiness. And honestly, I don't think that this thing is very necessary. I went a few years recording without it, and I probably only used it like a handful of times, honestly. So I didn't really get to experience it because I ended up getting this camera, and now I'm trying to mess around with the cameras. In the long term, I believe that the camera would be better quality and all that. I'm gonna show you guys how I would set it up. What I would do is I would get the phone, and it has like this magnetic clamp. So I just clamp it onto here, and it should automatically stabilize after I click the back button. Yeah, I had to calibrate it before using it, but yeah, this is what I used to use like the last few months before I got this camera. So when you're recording, like if I were to tilt this like this way or this way, it basically keeps the phone at the same level at all times. And it has different modes, so there's like a joystick on this, and it's able to move the phone in any direction. I personally didn't really use this, but actually just like used it so it would help remove any kind of shakiness. But and as I said previously, you guys don't really need this thing. I only bought it just to like help improve my content, but you guys only really need the phone. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how I would use this to record my videos. So I'm gonna be screen recording on my phone and talking, and I'm gonna set up the camera over there so you guys can see a third-person point of view to see how I would record my videos. So yeah, I started screen recording on my phone so you guys can see what I'm looking at right now. So basically the way I style my shot, I first have the truck, I try to put it in the center. There's a lot of different techniques you could use, but the way I usually do is like a little reveal. The first second is the most important, so if you're doing a reveal, you're able to try to get people's attention. So you can start it like from the back corner, and then click record right here, and slowly walk backwards. You guys aren't gonna see from the camera, but I'm going super duper slowly, 1 foot behind the other, and yeah, just slowly reveal the truck. There isn't nothing really big to it. There's other shots you could do, like a reveal from up to down and slowly backing up, but you guys are seeing in the camera like I'm not doing any fast movements. The gimbal does help though, because it helps remove a lot of the shakiness, so I could kind of walk faster than normal than just holding my phone. But yeah, that's literally how I usually record my videos. That took around 1 minute of recording. The hardest part was just finding the spot. And after this, I'm gonna show you guys how I edit my videos, but I'm gonna do a few more takes so you guys can see how I record. I would probably start a little lower, sometimes too, get like a little wheel shot coming from right here, and slowly backing up, trying to minimize the amount of shake as much as possible. You guys can get really creative though with the shots. I'm gonna ditch the camera POV. I usually get some in the back corner as well. Literally the same thing. You probably start from the back and then slowly do a review of the truck. And as I mentioned previously, I only like recording the shade. During the day, the sun is like directly above me, so I'm not able to get any shots because there's no shadows formed. But right now, since it's in the afternoon, there's so much shade, you guys can see everything around me. But yeah, that's usually when I record my videos. So I could probably start from around right here, nice and low, and then like do a little review of the truck. And you guys can see how I'm putting one foot in front of the other. And then you might look a little awkward doing this, but it's for the best. I've seen a lot of people, they go sideways, but with the gimbal it's much easier because the gimbal just stays on the truck and I don't really have to do much work. So now I'm going to be filming with my camera and show you guys how I film with the camera now. So the first step I usually do is when I record with the camera is I'm always recording vertically, because that's how the Instagram and the TikTok videos are, they're in vertical. So I always make sure I record like this. Hopefully around next week, which is gonna help make things a little bit easier when the recording process with my camera. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I've been recording with it. So yeah, when I record with the camera, it's pretty much the same POV. Let's see if you guys can spot the difference in the quality as well. You guys can see on my phone the way how I'm walking. So I try to stay as low as possible and put one foot in front of the other. That way it helps minimize as much shake as possible. So yeah, this is another type of video I usually do. I sometimes just like reveal the truck like this, and then either go towards the truck or I go away from the truck. So yeah, it just really depends. I usually go like this. It all just really depends on what kinds of videos you want to take. But yeah, I'm gonna be recording the same exact video on my phone and on my camera. That way later on you guys are able to see the difference in the quality and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna record those right now, and then I'm gonna go home and show you guys how I actually edit the videos from my camera and from the phone, and how I end up posting them. Alright guys, so now that we're back home, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I edit the videos off of my phone. Every single video that I've recorded with my phone, I've edited on my phone, and all the videos that I've recorded on my camera, I've edited on my computer. And I'm gonna be screen recording on my phone so you guys can see what I'm talking about at the same time. You guys should see it like around here somewhere. So basically you're gonna go through all the videos that you've recorded, and you're gonna choose all the ones that are the smoothest. That's usually what you do. That way you're able to save a bunch of time and you know which exact videos you're going to be using for the edit. After that, the most important step I feel is you have to choose a song or anything that you know you're going to be using, so that way when you're editing you're able to edit it on beat. So I've already found a song. I'm going to be choosing the same one later on when I'm editing on my computer. But yeah, try to use songs that are trendy, guys. I usually, like when I'm on Instagram, it'll tell you like which songs are trending right now. But right now I'm on TikTok, and usually I just click on any of the recommended ones because usually those ones are trending right now. What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna be selecting all the videos that I want to be used in the edit. I'm gonna be using only 4 videos. And so yeah, first thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna add the sound that I'm gonna be using. I already saved it to my favorites. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to where there's like a beat switch. You guys can usually hear that, but it'll be like noticeable. And every time you hear that, you should place a marker. There's like a marker button right next to the undo arrow, and you're just gonna click on it so you can mark where you want the clips to transition. So I'm gonna go through that real quick. Alright guys, so I just placed 4 markers. I try to do my videos to be like around 10 seconds, a little bit over, a little bit under. As long as the video is short and good, it'll be better to help engage your audience and whatnot. So the next thing I do now that I have those place markers is I'm gonna edit each video so that they fit in between the markers, and that way it'll transition on beat. So yeah, I just finished doing that. You can only see the keyframes on the soundbar. So yeah, I would just trim the videos to where like the beat would hit the hardest, trim it in between that space, and then just keep moving on and doing that for each video. So yeah, you guys are gonna see it right now playing on the screen, just like one final run.
Hay niveles de niveles, yo que tú te leves. Dime si conmigo bebe, nos prendemos con blue level. Pa' que yo.
Yeah, this was just like a simple little video. I usually try to spend more time trying to film the videos, but for when I was recording this video, it was low-key getting a little dark and I was getting a little hungry, so I just wanted to kind of speedrun it. But yeah, that's basically the steps I do. You guys do mute the audio from the videos that you guys are using. Sometimes it's happened to me before, you post a video and then you can hear like the wind background from the video. And so next thing I do when I'm about to post is you click on next. Like if you were to post, this is where you add your description. I don't know if the hashtags thing really works or anything like that. I've did it since like I started posting my videos. I go to my home screen, I have this little notes app. You guys are seeing the screen recording, but in that notes app, I click on it. It's like a little shortcut. Basically in these notes, I have all the hashtags ready. So it says right here, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So right here, whenever I post, basically what I'm doing right now is I'm posting on TikTok. I use the TikTok one, so I just copy it and then I go back to TikTok, click paste, and there you go. I have all the hashtags that I usually use on TikTok. Usually whenever I post, I don't put descriptions, I just put a random emoji, something that like fits along the video. So for this one, the last step, edit the cover. So I just choose where the truck's fully in frame, and yeah, that's basically what I do. But yeah, a little tip that I usually follow is whenever I post, I always try to post like around noon, so around 12, 11:30 maximum, latest 1. That's because at that time, I don't know if you guys are still in school or if you guys work or anything like that, but that's usually around the time when you go to lunch. And basically when people are on lunch, they go on TikTok and stuff, and that's like the best time to help get like a little boost in views at the start. That way you can see your video gets into the algorithm and whatnot and does better overall. From what you guys just saw right now, that's the most I've ever edited the videos. It's basically just putting them all together and not changing the color at all, not editing like the actual video. Camera, it records it just fine the way it is. It gives it a pretty good color, and that's the way I've done it so far. But yeah, now I'm gonna be showing you guys how I edit the videos off of my camera, because on the camera I record on SD card and then I have to transfer them onto my computer. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing you guys that next. Alright guys, so this is gonna be the second way of how I edit all of my videos. This is where I transfer all the files from my camera onto my computer. As you can't edit the videos on the camera, you need like a desktop or something, or pass them onto your phone, but I usually do it on my PC. So yeah, this is the app I always use. It's called DaVinci Resolve, and then I have all the files right here. These are all the videos I've recorded, but I'm gonna put all these videos that I've recorded and put them into the editing software so I can start editing and show you guys how I usually do it. I use a completely free version, nothing too fancy. So yeah, I'm gonna open it up and show you guys the first step. Alright guys, so it just opened up. You guys can see I already have like something I was editing right here, but what I usually do is you click right here, new project in the bottom. So new project, let's just name it project 1. And so yeah, it opened up right here. Alright guys, so the first thing I usually do is I go up here. So I usually go to file and then project settings. So I have to set it up so where I'm seeing like how it would look like on Instagram. So I always leave it on 1920 because TikTok and Instagram, they don't support 4K. And then all you gotta do is click use vertical resolution and you click save. And then the next step you gotta do is you gotta transfer all the files. I have everything on a second monitor, that's why you guys can't see it, but I'm basically just dragging all those video files onto here, and it tells you to change the frame rate, so you click change, and that's setting up all the videos. So now I go down here where it says edit, and then right here on the left you guys can see all the video files that I've imported. And then from here is where I basically do like a process of elimination. I basically just choose which videos I think look the best and then delete any of the ones that don't look as great, so that way you could like go through the editing much quicker. So let me go through those real quick and then I'll update you guys which one I decide on. Alright guys, so I have chose like some of the best clips so far, and then the next step I would do usually is, if you guys see like at the end of the video, like literally the last millisecond, you guys can see like I put the camera down for a split second. You could probably see it in this one too. So I always make sure I edit out those little things because sometimes I end up forgetting, and then I end up finishing editing the video, and then you guys can see me like toss the camera down, and then I have to start all over again. So yeah, next step I usually do is I go onto TikTok, and then I look for an audio I want to use, anything really that's trendy. So yeah, I'm gonna go on TikTok on my phone and see which audio I end up with. Alright, so I just found an audio on my phone, and basically what I do is I just send it to myself, and you guys are gonna see it in a second. And here's the video. So this one contains the audio that I'm gonna use. But yeah, what I do next is I'm gonna copy the link from this video, and basically you guys can find a bunch of different websites. I'm not sure if it's safe or not, but please do not use this. I'll use it on your own risk. I actually don't know if this is like unsafe or you'll download a virus. But literally I just paste this video here. I click download because you need the MP3 file, and then download MP3. So now it's downloading the top right, as you guys can see. So now I'm just gonna drag it down here to my software and drag it onto the bottom. But yeah, I'm gonna play it and you guys can hear it in the background. So yeah, that's like one of the most important things editing videos, is to make sure you guys know what kind of audio you're gonna be using, what song, because you have to try to do the edits on beat to make the video overall smoother. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little listen through first of the whole audio, and basically what I'm gonna do is right here there's a thing that says markers. I'm basically gonna be clicking it every time I feel like there should be a transition. But I'm gonna listen first to the audio and then mark it as soon as I hear like a beat switch. So yeah, now that I have these 4 markers, here's where I'm going to be doing my beat switches. It's pretty good placement, I believe, because you literally just click this button as soon as you hear like where you want to do like a switch of the clip. So yeah, now all I have to do is basically just trim out the best sections of each video and align them with each marker, so that way it switches on beat. So yeah, let me just go through that real quick. Another tip I forgot to mention, if you are using this software, is if you go on the right side and you click on video, there's a thing under here that says stabilization, and basically this is like a post-processing sort of thing where you're able to stabilize the videos to help make them look smoother. Because you guys can see here in this video where I'm recording the rim, I'm shaking a little bit, but as soon as I click on, like, I usually use translation and then I click on stabilize, and as soon as that, you guys are gonna see the difference right here. Like the video stays more smoother in my opinion. So I'm gonna just do that to all of my clips and help make it more smoother. The last step I do with this kind of software, since I did record from my camera, is I edit the color a little bit. So I go down here to where it says effects, and I drag this thing called adjustment clip. This basically lets me change the colors for all the clips that's underneath it. So I think I would recommend better is to like edit each clip individually, so that way you could like get every clip precisely the color you want. But I'm just gonna do it over all of them just to show you guys quickly how I record the videos. Then I go under this tab that says color. This is basically where you're able to edit the colors from any of the clips. So you guys can see there's this long bar that's going along the top. That's the one that I'm going to be editing the color on. So I'm going to click on that. It has it selected now. And basically all down here in the bottom left is what I usually use to edit the colors. Basically, to learn how to use it, you just gotta mess around with it. Like, I honestly don't know how to use it that well. What I usually do is I just up the saturation a little bit, because when you record with the camera it looks a little bit dull like when you're looking at the video. So I'm just gonna up the saturation a little bit to where I feel like it's gonna look the best. So probably around 55. And then I also sometimes change right here where it says high/light. I usually try to move it a little bit to the negative side, because I feel like it helps make the sky show up more. Like you guys can see when it's at 0, the sky looks kind of white, and when I'm dragging it down it starts to look bluer, and all the other colors are able to pop a little bit more. But yeah, you can mess with a bunch of stuff. You can mess with the shadows, contrast, boost the colors even more if you really want to. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. Probably last thing you could do, just to be sure, to delete the audio off of each video, what I do is you click right here, this little link thing. It basically just unlinks the audio from the video, and I just delete all of those. And I just drag on top, and then and then I just dragged the music we were just using to the audio one, just because I like it to be cleaner. And then yeah, that's pretty much like a final result of how I usually edit all of my videos from my computer, actually all the ones from my camera that I usually record. But yeah, that's gonna be the final result, you guys. And then the last step, just to be able to download the video, click down here where it says deliver, and first thing you gotta do, you gotta name the file. So let's just name it 1. The location, you gotta browse to your computer, see where you want to install it. I just downloaded where all my videos are, and click save. That way that's where you're gonna download it, so make sure you know where you're gonna find it. And then yeah, if you're using like 4K footage, you gotta change it here. But since TikTok and Instagram don't accept 4K, I just do it like regular 1920 by 1080. And then I always, whenever I download it, the quality I always set it to 60,000 right here, because I think that's the best also. But yeah, and then you gotta click down here where it says add to render queue. It's in the top now, so now you click render all, and this is basically where it just downloads the video all together. Alright, just open it up.
Hay niveles de niveles, yo que tú te leves. Dime si conmigo bebe, nos prendemos con blue level.
It wasn't the best video, but it was just to show you guys how I usually edit them. So yeah. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up the video here. Next step I usually do is I just post on Instagram. I probably already showed you guys on my phone how I would do the captions and all that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your dog's brother, your brother's dog. And I'll see you on the next video. Toodles.
Hay niveles de niveles, yo que tú te leves. Dime si conmigo bebe, nos prendemos con blue level.